All right, so now I just finished a game against the Suns where I blew the Suns out by 18 points. Now, even though we won and I dropped a 57-point quadruple double, I still got thoroughly roasted throughout the entire game by a rookie in 2K my career named Meeks. Right, he's not a real player obviously, but he's a rookie, and I really wouldn't have that much of an issue with this if it wasn't for two things. One being that in over 20 years of playing 2K, I can only think of probably about a handful of times, maybe about 3 or 4 times that a computer dropped 50 plus points on me. Not even 40 most of the time, but 50 plus points on me, and it was always by like a superstar level player like Luka Doncic. I think the last time it was Luka Doncic, and we all know how overpowered Luka is. The second issue is that during the game, Meeks had a 76 overall rating. The game ended, and I guess because he bust my ass so badly, they gave him another 3 attribute points. So this guy, he went into the game with a 76 overall rating, dropping 50 points with no rebounds, no assists, 2 steals, both steals he got off me. Right now, even though I dropped a quadruple double with 12 steals, and we blew him out. We still, like, it was just incredible to see this dude just constantly coming up and down the court, looking like prime Jordan mixed with fucking Steph Curry. Like, he just throwing anything his guy was putting up was going in. Like, anything. It didn't matter. You was fouling him, 2 men hacking the shit out of him. You locking him up, doing whatever you can. And it was just interesting to see how well the algorithm could shift your player out of the way, and that actually leads into what I want to see, something that I would like to see in 2K25, which is them bringing back your ability to actually hold thorough defense. Look at this right here. Durant has 9 points in this game. Booker has 15. The rookie who had a 76 overall rating dropped 50, right? Now this should tell you something about 2K and the general algorithm and how it works. And I've said this many times over the years of making these videos, that certain games you go into, every game is not a narrative where the computer is supposed to win. Certain games you go into has different narratives built into it. The narrative in one game could be that the computer or a particular player is going to get off on your team and just hit every bucket, or it could be that you are going to have a game where you're playing extremely well, or you have a game where you're playing horrible. It could be that you have a game where you're going to get a bunch of turnovers or you're going to foul out. So there are narratives baked into the algorithm in certain games. And in this game right here, it was obvious from the very first quarter, it was obvious that this guy right here was meant to have a hot hand, and it wasn't really going to be anything much that could be done about it, right? I remember at one point of the game, we must have had them, we must have been up on them by about 15 points. They put me on the bench. I get back in, we're only up by like 4, and this dude done went off again. So with 2K, the defense, and that was the main issue right here with this game against this player in particular. The defense that I was being forced to hold is like Matador style defense. Literally, it looked that way because in 2K24, something they do this year that I have never seen in abundance like this is where someone is driving, or they're making a route to the basket, and they'll force your man to throw his hands up and kind of swivel around the side of the player in order to give them the angle to the basket. And when it's done, if you don't have a player that's tall enough or that has good enough blocking or shot contest defense, even if you were to contest it, you're definitely not going to block it. At the most, you're going to get a foul, but you're not going to throw the shot off. You have no chance at all of defending them in situations like that. So 2K, they really shitted on defense in 2K24. This is part of the reason why I say 24, hands down, is the worst 2K that I've ever played, and it's not even particularly close. The closest one is 23, right? 23 was bad in a similar level, but 24 kind of takes the cake. Like this is now. Let's actually look at the last game I played against Meeks. Right, he's on the Suns. Look at the last game I played against Meeks. Meeks dropped 15 points, shooting under 50%. Right, played not bad, but nowhere near on the level of what he just did as a rookie who had a 76 overall rating. I have never seen no shit like that ever in my life, but it goes to show you how lopsided the scoring and the defense is and the offense is in 2K versus any other year. If you had a player with a 76 overall rating in 2K14, do you know that dude do you know that dude might drop 10 points? He might drop 10 points, and still, even if he did that, it'd be like a low clip, like a low a low field goal percentage. So, I don't know if it's Mike Wang, the Czar, whoever these dudes are that's in charge of programming this game to do the things that it does. It's embarrassing, man. Like, it's just embarrassing how horrible this game has gotten, and it gets worse every single year. I want to say since about 2K14, which to me that was my favorite one, it's gotten worse and worse and worse every single year, and it really started to tank. It really started to tank around about 2K18, 2K19 is when it started to tank. That was like the last one. Those are like the last ones that were somewhat decent. After that, it was just like, what the hell is this anymore? What is this game anymore at this point? Like, is this even real? Like what the hell is really going on now? But that'll do it for this video. Peace.